Oh man, I let the countdown run out while I was typing. Hey, my name's Eric. I'm here to write code. I got 1 or 2 hours every evening to write some code. On the weekends I got more time. But right now I got a couple hours. Before I get into writing code on my project Wisp, I'm going to demo recent progress. That's what I like to do right at the beginning. Just show what I got done the day before or recently. So here we go. So there's this screen called speech, or the speech screen. It's where we take all of the dialogue for what's called a spiel. It's like a collection of interactive dialogue. And we pick the lines of dialogue that we're going to record. And yesterday I got a checkbox at the top to check and uncheck all the ones underneath. It's like all checked or all unchecked. Okay, this was just a short session. It was 1 hour. Don't judge me. I got a lot done for 1 hour. And then, actually that only took me about 30 minutes. If you excluded all the time I spent talking about the demo, maybe it took me 23 minutes. Okay, so then towards the end of the session, I created this dialogue, and it looks kind of ugly. I'm going to fix that today. But it basically, okay, so you've got this here, and you would say, I want to select some of these rows by some criteria. So you click the select by button over here. Is my little face peeking through here? Let me size the window so you don't get two Erics. Just close that curtain there. Close it up. Don't let the second Eric peek through behind the first. Okay, I think that's good. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so you want to select some rows. You click the select by button. And it checks for the unique character names. And in this case, there's only one. That suggests to me a little bit of optimization to either, I don't know, gray this out, or maybe just hide it, or maybe just put the name Jerry up here. Okay, and then there's this checkbox. You say that have not been recorded, and you could uncheck it. If you say select all rows for Jerry and you click select, that should, after I finish writing it, the code, it should just select all the rows, because in this case Jerry is the only character. But the valuable thing is to have this be checked, because that will give you just the rows that don't have a recording made for them already. And the idea is, after you have some rows selected, you click the record selected button, which does nothing, and it will lead the voice actor or whoever through the recording process for all the lines that have been selected. Those lines will be put in a little database in the browser, and they'll be available immediately on this screen, the Spiel screen, which lets you test out that interactive dialogue. So right now I click start, and you see mouth animation, you see the subtitle, but he's not actually emitting audio for his speech yet. Well, after we get the speech screen working, all the audio that you record there will just be plugged right in and be available, so that he'll speak with it. And here you see my speech being recognized. All right, so back to here. Let's look at this screen and let's start fixing the cosmetics on it. First thing is, it's really weird, the positioning of this select item here. Also, I lost my characters there. That's not good, so there's a bug there to fix. Okay, yeah, there's nothing there now. Okay. Hold on, just let me get it back to where it was so I can handle the cosmetics. Okay, so Jerry. And let's do some styling inside the browser because it's easier to do it in the browser and see it immediately. And once you get it right, then it can move around. Okay, so this BR here I could just get rid of. I don't really need it. Okay, that helps a little bit. Okay, and the select here, it's a little bit strange. Why? Okay, the P has got giant margin. Just a massive margin. Don't understand why. Padding to REM, that would be it. So we'll say padding 0. Margin 0. Okay. Maybe I want the drop down to be up here. Yeah, let's rearrange that a little bit. Okay. I could make this a label for the select. Let me see what that looks like. Name equals character name. And this will be label HTML4. Select rows for maybe that's good. Let me take a look. Double? Really? Okay, back to here. Get the correct font. Okay, so that looks nicer. Okay. This, what can we do with 50%? Font size to REM. Okay, that's going the right direction. Okay. Now it'd be nice to just have the width of it go responsively to the end. Or maybe it wouldn't, because if you have a really wide dialogue, it would look bad. The other thing I wonder about is, should I have like all characters default? No, I'm going to keep it selecting one character at a time because it's really just a weird edge case to record multiple characters in one session. And if somebody's doing that, yeah, I don't know. Okay, it feels like one of these lines needs a little bit of margin added to it. I could do this, keep going with this maybe. We'll say margin bottom Okay, that's too much, but like that. There we go. 50% is probably not the right way to do it. Let's just... Okay, let's do min width and then 10 REM. Yeah, that seems good. This person here needs a little bit of space next to the checkbox. Let's go look at that. There we go. And margin bottom. Weird. I never understand the rules for these margins and paddings and everything. So if I say 10 REM, no, you're just ignoring it. Okay. I guess here, can I change you? Padding, bottom, and then 1 REM. Does nothing. Yeah, sometimes I just don't get it. CSS, I just don't get it. Does weird stuff that doesn't make sense to me. So if I say padding 100 px, okay, that does something. Oh, I got the dialog footer too. Okay, so never mind the padding, but let's take this. Actually, let's get the other one first. Okay. Let's call it what? Character name select. The other one was not recorded label and margin left 0.5 REM. Okay. Clean these guys up. Okay, down here, the select is going to get some style. So that's pretty good. Let's check it out with the responsive. That looks fine. It does feel like it needs like a little break underneath here or something, a little more space underneath here. I can fix that. do it this way. Weird. Okay. Man, it's almost like I have to wrap this in a div. Let me see if I can add space over here. It might be something like labels don't affect the flow or something like that. Margin bottom. Yeah, okay, let's do it that way. That also means I could probably accomplish the same style all in one element. Oops. Yeah, okay, we'll do it that way. Oh yeah, then I gotta go take this out of here. Put this in here. Event, taking a little care to use my own naming conventions instead of what Copilot auto-completes for me. Okay, so that seems to fix it up nicely. And there's just some part of me that says I want another character in there that's like all characters. I think I'm just coming around to that. How do I push at the beginning? Is that shift? Is that unshift? I'm forgetting. Shift, what do you do? No, you're not gonna give me the little pop-up MDN. All right. MDN, array, shift. Unshift. That's it. Can I do null? Nah, it's gotta be a string, okay. Yeah, let's just do const all characters. Okay. I don't like this that much. Let's do something better. It's not very readable. Not very maintainable. Okay, we'll see. Set character name selection criteria. Selection criteria. Set selection criteria. And then character name. Oops. Event. Target. Value. What? Oh, you gotta have event pass to it. Okay. So I could have a reserved character name like all, but I'd rather use null to represent it. But since or here, let's do this. Okay. Let me do it this way, maybe. Because that character is a reserved character, and you wouldn't really be able to name it that. I'm fiddling around with this too much. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That should suffice. And if somebody wants to name their character with these underscores in it, then let them get weird behavior. Because you're a weird person. You don't deserve to have a good behavior. Okay. Let's just call this a function. Pretty good autocomplete. Let's check it out in a little more detail. Yeah, that's exactly right. And I guess I don't need to assign it to anything. I can do set selection criteria. There. Okay. The other one is, just for symmetry, I'm going to do it the same way. Set, yeah, 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 yeah. That's it. So Okay. So let's see how that looks. That's pretty good. Now I got two options to choose from. Pretty good. I would like it if the label would make this check and uncheck too. I think I can do that. Right. Let's do toggle. Don't pass in the event. Don't need it. Yep. So, and if it's toggle, then I don't need the value from the input, so I can say for the label on click equals, and then the same. Don't need the event, so just take the event out. Not sure what it's complaining about. Oh, because you gotta do like a, yeah. Okay, try that. See if I can click this guy now. No, no, well, both of those are kind of messed up. Okay. Selection criteria, set selection criteria. And this should just be not recorded. Okay, so I used an autocomplete a little too quickly there. Let's see if that fixes it. Yes. There. Okay. Oh, yeah, I can see what the console is giving me. Okay, so for all characters that have not been recorded, this guy here this is off. Whatever that is, that's junk. Somewhere selection criteria is getting set again. That might have been from the earlier call. Let's do a reload on the browser. Speech, select by, and I'll click select. There we go. Right, so that's like select everything. Jerry, yeah. Okay, that's gonna work. So now I need to write the code that when you click the select button will actually change the selection on this. That's not going to be hard. Okay, so going back up to speech screen. All right, let's see what it thought made sense. No. Okay, so a few things. I need to track as I iterate through what the last character was. Last character. Or I get to say no. Okay, so if the row type is character, last character equals row text. If criteria character name not equal null, and yeah, not equal last character, then return false. Yep. Okay, so that handles character. Then the other thing is this line recorded? And there was a way to figure that out. Is dialogue recorded? Then I need, what do I need? I need that. Actually, that's right. That's right. Okay, that is actually completely right. Okay. This doesn't matter. Okay. If criteria not recorded, and yeah. Okay, you're gonna say something like, "Can we invert?" Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Do your magic. Go. There we go. So that was Ryder helping me out there. Good job, Ryder. Okay. Row is selected equals. Should select row, and then don't need to pass the last character. It's going to be updated as I call it. Okay, string or null. Okay, so that probably does it. Select rows by criteria. Then they gotta go up to speech screen. Let's import this guy. Clean up my imports as needed. Cast pass disabled. Okay. So this has got some chance of working. I'll give it a 51% chance of working the first time. Okay. So right now everything is one character and nothing has been recorded. So this should select everything. Oh, I forgot to close the dialog, but it did work. Get those homonyms mixed up there. I get them mixed up. Okay. Set mobile dialog to null. We'll close the dialog. So let's try it again. Uncheck everything. Select by. Oh, it's not picking up Jerry this time. That might be a hot reload problem. I'm not sure yet though. There's probably a bug there. Okay, so now we've got Jerry. Yeah, it just selects everything. But if I come to spiels, I'll edit the spiel and I'll put in some characters besides Jerry. So I'll say Carla. They won't let him bring that bag in. Okay. Come back to speech. Yeah, so it's got to do a thing where it reloads all this after I edit it. So that is a bug. Now Carla's there, so if I do select by, yeah, another bug. Let's fix bugs. Rest of the session, I think I'm just going to fix some bugs. I don't want Jerry, Carla, Jerry, Carla, Jerry. I want yeah. So let's figure out why that's populating that way. I mean, I can pick Carla and just see if it'll. Yeah, at least that code for selecting is working correctly. Okay. Select by. Instead, we'll pick Jerry. Yeah, I picked all the others. So that part's good. But yeah, let's see what's up with this list of duplicates. Speech table util, get unique character names. Oh yeah, I just need a check here to look for duplicates, that's all. if not character names includes row text, then we'll add it. Here, let's do something else. Just in case there's some inconsistency between the names, then I can say character name, character name. All right. On the other hand, that's going to hide other problems. So I will elsewhere need to write some code that makes sure that all the character names are in uppercase. Okay, I think this gives me unique names. It does. Good. Okay. So that's fine. Let's see if I can get this to fuck up by going to a different screen and coming back. Yep, that does it. Okay. So thinking about what's happening there. I think what I want to do when I come in and initialize is insist upon loading that spiel fresh. And that may solve two bugs. So it is initialized. It gets tricky though. It gets tricky. Here's the tricky part. The spiel can change. The active spiel can change. On the other hand, I think almost every piece of state should be something I can regenerate by loading from persistence, and it shouldn't take that long. I should be okay with just clearing my revision history when you come back and reloading in everything from persistence, which is pretty fast. And that should solve most all my problems. Let's just do, unlike other screens, don't return here to load the spiel fresh from persistence in case a change on the spiel's screen was made. Pass in Revision Manager. Just clear. If there is any state in revisions that needs to be kept, here, let's change that, put it up here. What? New? Okay, what? Oh, yeah, I suppose. Revision. Boom. And then gotta import that. Oh, there. Alright, let's see. I get the right imports. Yes, that's correct. Weird. This one's weird. Better double check that it's not being referenced in some way. Yeah. Huge screen. Okay, so that will cause init results to get character names freshly loaded, and that should also be able to pick up changes from the spiel screen. So let's see, select by, there we go. And let's go to the spiel screen. Okay, so I made a change to spiels. So when I come back to speech, I'm expecting that it will pull that in. It did. Okay. And do select by. We got our characters. And let's do Carla. Select. There we go. Not bad, not bad. Got rid of all the bugs that I know about. Okay. Phew. All right. So I'm thinking about the next part. So the next part. I've got a certain way of doing this audio tracking that I think is clever. Basically, it says that we index by the unique values of a line of dialogue. And we can say that the values that make it unique are the spiel name, my stupid spiel, the character name, the emotion, and the dialogue itself. And if one of those changes, then it's a different piece of audio. And it kind of makes sense because you don't keep the same audio you had before if any of those things changes, with the exception of renaming. And renaming can be a different operation that's aware that certain keys should update and still retain their same audio. Whereas if you change the emotion or you change the dialogue, you expect a different performance. So therefore, the audio should change as well. So I could get into that, but there's another thing I can do that's maybe a little bit smaller of a task that I can fit into this session pretty easily. So there's this thing where it's possible to not have any active spiel selected because you haven't created any yet, and you try going to the speech screen, and there's nothing to load in here yet because no spiels have been created. So in that case, what I want to do is show a dialogue that pops up and says, return to the speech screen after creating a spiel. Or let me think about it a little bit more. Could also just disable that tab if there's no spiels to edit. But I think there's something valuable about letting you go to the screen and then just showing a little bit of information that says, we got nothing. You gotta make a spiel first. So maybe what it really is if you arrive at this screen and no spiels are available, everything is disabled, and there's a pane here that just says what's up. Now you might have a spiel available, in which case change spiel should be enabled. But that's a weird kind of lost state problem. That's like in persistent storage, it got a bit corrupted. So I'll start with the first case and I'll think about a second. buttons required? If I just take it out, are we good? Okay. P styles. Yeah, that's right. Oops. All right, so we'll start with that. Oops, that's not right. Need to create some CSS. Bam. All right, and then what did I call it? No spiel text. For now, I don't need any of that. Let's just there. Okay, so on the speech screen, yeah, okay. So I can say const is spiel loaded equals close. Don't need this. Don't need either of those. So we say okay. Oh. Yeah, I should just use document, yeah. Okay. Okay, your spill loaded. I gotta think about this a little bit more. Because there's a state right after it mounts where it's rendering. The document name isn't set yet. But we don't want to show like the no spiel message until after init has come back. Let's call this is no spiel. We'll say document name equals unspecified and not disabled. Okay. So in that case, we don't show spiel speech pane. Let's get all this stuff. Ew, yeah, you don't like that, do you? Okay, I understand why. I could put it inside of a React fragment. Where did this div here come from? Oh, it's for that. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. This isn't so bad. Let's stick the select by back here. And there's your container. I guess I don't need to use those little parentheses anymore. React upgraded itself in some way. Is that true? No, I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't know what the rules are for when you need to use this, but this apparently is fine. Feel a little nervous about it. I think I'm just going to say multi-line equals parentheses and call it good. And that'll make me feel safer. Okay, so let's change this to true and just see what it looks like. It's pretty good. So I can test this in a truer way by hacking my IndexedDB, maybe. Is it worth it? I don't know if this will let me actually edit it. That'd be cool if it would. Yeah. I mean, yeah, okay. I can test it later. Because what it'll end up doing is clearing out all this stuff. So what I want to be able to do is... Oh, this isn't bad though. If I just... Let's do the bag. 2. Okay, so that exported the spiel. Kind of curious what that spiel looks like in a text editor, so I'm going to just take a quick look at that. By the way, I'm pretty close to wrapping up the stream here. Wisp, work assets, spiels, the bag 2. Open with text edit. Yeah, here we go. I like this format. It's clean. It's like you could go in with a text editor and do work on this and not have a hard time. Yeah, that's pretty nice. It's holding up. Okay. So I think I'm good. This is a good stopping point right here. And yeah. Let's call it a stream. Let's call it done. Stopping the stream. Stopping the stream. Stop, stop, stop.